Saturday night after a very long and extensive day. And I'm exhausted. Um, my boyfriend works Monday to Friday, so therefore weekends are sort of one of those things that everything builds up into the weekend, and then everything that needs to get done gets done. And this weekend is a working weekend, so I also work today, which, this morning when I woke up, I was kind of gritty, just feeling gritty. There was some residue from yesterday that was sort of on me when I woke up. Couldn't kind of shake it. Got up, got started my regular routine, but just felt kind of off. Don't know how to, put that into words. Really just was a feeling. And I was like, I wonder what's going on for me, because my natural habit now is to move towards curiosity. And because I've been doing that for a while, I can take a step back. But, here I am thinking I'm very spiritual and very grounded and very centered. And that got taken, a hard left. If somebody says something to me, I'm in this reactive mode. There's stuff going on. And so just paying attention to that place and skipping in and out of being the upsetness, not, taking a look at it and being the witness of, and back and forth and back and forth. And so today was a bit of a push and a pull, and there was some grittiness in my communication with my boyfriend. Projects are always so fun with couples. And our visions are quite different. Our methods are quite different. So there was some static there. And although we got through it and it was just really hot today, and that was sort of, the grind of trying to get things going and having projects and having, an obligated visit for him with his stepson, and then working after that. So it was just like this day that the day that never ends. No, I'm kidding. Here it is, nearing the end of the day. I'm going to, fall into bed tonight. I'm clean, I'm showered, and I've been able to, thankfully, shift my attitude to gratitude quite a few times today. And it took sometimes some conscious effort to do so, because I found myself triggered or up against the stuff and bumping up against it and bumping up against it, and then getting really clear, what I predetermined for today was just a whole lot of attitude of gratitude, shifting towards gratitude, because gratitude is one of those things, when it's a felt experience, when it's real and authentic, the vibration of that is so much different than the, oh, I can't believe I have to work today. Oh, I still don't want to work today. Oh, today is not the day that I want to go there. Oh, is there any way, blah, 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 to, wow, I'm so glad that I have a job to go to. Wow, I am so thankful that this job pays me very well. Wow, I am so thankful that we have a vehicle to get us there that's working. Wow, I'm so grateful that my boyfriend is very generous and that he takes me there and helps me. Man, when I shift all of those things into, I don't want to, you can't make me, I don't feel like it, I wish that it could just be different, to, wow. It's amazing, the shift in that feeling and the shift in that energy. And today we were in a store trying to shop for some material for his boat. And just as we were, like, I went out of the store into a different store section of the store to get him to bring him back. In that time, some lady picked up the fourth bundle of this. There was 4 bundles only. There was no others left. There was no way for them to order more. And I was like, man, we need all 4. Like, that was the whole point, was that it was going to be enough. It was the right material, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, I'm gonna gain the courage to ask her. So I went into line and I said, hey, just wondered if I could ask you a question. So I asked permission first, so she didn't, because clearly I didn't want her to feel attacked, but I just wanted to put forward, is there a possibility? Is there a possibility that maybe you can get what you need and I can get what I need? And, no harm in asking, particularly because I feel like I was doing it authentically and genuinely kind, keeping my distance, asking the question, permission to speak to her about that. And she said, well, this is the perfect size. And I said, okay, what size is it? If I could find you something else in that size, would that work for you? And she said, I'll just come over there. So she did come over to the building right next door, back to where the carpets were. The fabric, pardon me, carpets, whatever. And there wasn't anything that was really going to fit. And she was kind of hemming and hawing and stuff, but I just had asked her, would you consider? And within about 5 minutes, she found something that was going to work for her. I was able to carry it to the till because it was a little bit heavier. And I expressed such a deep amount of gratitude for the fact that she would give up something like that, which is not the norm. And usually, sometimes that stuff might not go well. But I was so clear on asking for what I want because we went there. It was going to be the perfect amount with the 4. The 3 wasn't going to work. There was no other way to get it. So going to solution, right? So I'm posed with a problem, and I could have left there and gone, thanks, man, that lady, she bought that stuff and I really wanted it, and why didn't I get it? And, be in total disarray about it, and or get clear about what I want, be willing to risk, be respectful, and ask directly for what I want. And in that, I created some amazing gratitude, an opportunity for gratitude with her, because I know that she was grateful as well in the idea that she said, please just pass this on. I said, absolutely. I'm a pay it forward kind of person. That energy feels good to me. And so that sort of solidified some of the crunchy stuff that I was feeling in the morning, some of the stuff that we went through trying to build our projects and finish the gates and etc., all the list of things to do, and accomplish those things in a timely manner with gratitude. And so that experience this evening shifted my energy. I was able to go to my job this evening. There wasn't any crunchy stuff. My boyfriend and I had a really great time. We finished the job in record time, and now we're back home and ready for bed. And tomorrow, because we were able to do so many things and fit so many things in and make strategies that worked and move towards what we said that we wanted to accomplish, now tomorrow, because of that, on Mother's Day, I'm going to take a moment and pause and rest. Because one of the things about wanting to do that tomorrow, knowing how much content needed to be in today, and really having time to do it tomorrow, but being clear that, I've been a mom for 30 years. Wow, that is a piece of hair. Crazy. Just got out of the shower. Sorry. I've been a mom for 30 years, and for 30 years I've been in service to my kids, and I just recently started, experiencing this thing called life for myself. And it's fascinating because I don't want to call it, what's the word? Greed or anything. Like I feel like I finally have given myself the permission that I've been so interested in everyone else giving me some, version of permission to be okay just to be me. It seems crazy, but I know that I'm not the only one that experiences that, because I think that some of the messages from when we're younger employ this idea that we have to hustle for our worth, that we have to actually earn by doing enough, by being, big enough, bold enough, strong enough, smart enough, determined enough. I'm quite enjoying in the introspection. I'm quite enjoying the grace that I allow myself. I am really enjoying the level of loyalty that I have for myself and the development of love, because I think for a long time I've loved the idea of me, but I've never actually taken a moment to get to know the real me, because I'm constantly looking and waiting for who I need to please in order to feel love. And now that I understand that I get to do that for myself, to myself, about myself, feels pretty good. And I'm very, very, very grateful that I'm able to be here, on a nightly basis. And tonight again, I did a speaking contest last weekend, and I just said, would it be possible to get a copy of that video? Sure, here you go. I've rendered it, and here's what I can do to further render it and edit it if you want. It's the willingness to put myself first and say, hey, this is what I need. Would you be willing to help me out with that? And then waiting for the answer. And I tell you right now that the last 53 days, I would not have gotten through without a huge support system. And I'm the one that knows myself. I'm the one that knows what I need. And I'm the one that will slime myself all the way to Sunday. And I have many times, but I'm not fooling anyone, because ultimately it is it's harmful to me. It's such a ridiculous concept. But I think that we often, I know for me anyway, talk myself into believing myself. And I'm now learning how to get honest about the things that my soul actually knows, not the things that I pretend I don't know. It's empowering to stand in this place. And I know without the support structures that I have in place, the accountability, the responsibility, the collectiveness of that, the rooting other people on, I have some sacred circles that are really special to me, because when I make my contribution, it matters, and then I receive something in return. There's this infinity that happens, right? This ebb and flow. And it's a beautiful thing. So, if you're struggling right now, I suggest that you garner up enough courage to ask for what you want directly. Be vulnerable. Practice that. I know it's scary, but without support, it takes a cast. And every time that I've ever tried to do it alone, and I've done that many, many, many times, because I'm pretty headstrong and I'm pretty capable, and I can do it myself, but it's robbing from myself. And it disallowed me the opportunity to see that if I could just be here, be present, be loving, be kind here first, then I can get grounded and rooted in that place. And then the contribution that I make is from a full cup, instead of robbing from my own soul. And for what? Ultimately, the pleasure of a lifetime is being who you are. I keep seeing snippets of, there's only one version of you. There's only one particular version, expression, value, that is a snowflake, a thumbprint, a singular portion of a larger entity, because we really do belong connected. But as long as I'm in service to what everyone else needs, and worried about what everyone else is thinking, and resistance to whatever shows up, and being the feeling instead of taking a step back and experiencing it from a different point of view, feels like magic to me. It's not a secret. Thousands of people have been saying it for thousands of years. It's not new, but it's new to me. This level of awareness, this level of willingness, this level of understanding, this level of feeling. I feel it to heal it. And the only way to healing is through it. I've been around long enough to know that the only way that I've ever made it through anything is by walking through the stuff as it shows up. And so today started gritty, started a little bit but because of my awareness and my willingness, I was able to redirect that energy, even though it took a long a long time, so to speak, in the idea of it wasn't just automatic, it wasn't just solidified immediately. It was a give and take today. There was a dance that happened, and just allowing myself to be in that space. But shout out to the lady Nell who, gave up the carpet when I happened to ask for what I needed, and really showing the level of humanity that we can have with each other when we're willing to be vulnerable, when we're willing to be honest with ourselves and then others. So much love out there, people. I hope you're experiencing joy today, that you did something to give yourself some kind of release today, that you learned something today, and most of all, that you loved yourself. Big love out there. Love you. See you tomorrow.